I'd like to call the special called Monday, September 16th, Mayor and Council meeting to order. And Katrina Singletary, would you lead us in the pledge? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And I would also like to make a note for the record that Councilmember Palermo is not in attendance. He's got an excused absence. The only thing on our agenda is under the city attorney's report. So Mr. Davidson, if you'd call this item, and then we've got the chief here to discuss.
Thank you, Mayor. The only item I have is mold remediation change order for Rapstick. As you know, in December of 2017, we had inclement weather. Due to the amount of snowfall that we got, the roof collapsed at the Roswell Alpharetta Public Safety Training Center. In the process of getting that fixed, one of the requirements is to test for any kind of hazards. One of the hazards was determined to be mold. Originally, we weren't sure where the mold came from, so after testing, it's been determined that there was leaks in the windows, so not caused by the roof failure at the training center. So this is a change order to remediate the mold and get a clear certificate on mold removal.
Chief Butterworth. I can't believe I just did that. Talk about a blast from the past. Chief Burnett.
Yeah.
Where did
Good
that
morning, Mayor and Council. Just to recap, I've got Deputy Chief Populus here, who is the project manager for Rapstick. Basically, like David said, on December 11th, we came into the training center, staff did, and noticed that we had some catastrophic failure of the roof system. Chief Populus and a group worked with the insurance company time after time. They did extensive negotiations with them, as we all know. Finally come to the part where the insurance company chose Turner Construction. And as David said, as Turner Construction came in, they did their test. They found active mold. We had that test done to check where the mold was coming from and to see if it was caused by the catastrophic failure. It was not. And I'll let Chief Populus go into the details as far as what the test revealed and where we're at and moving forward from here. I do know that the cost is $395,580, of which Alpharetta will be responsible for 50% of that. Chief Populus.
As Chief said, let me give you a history of this building. The building was built back started in 1998, and the original contractor walked off the job. About 2000, they restarted building the building. The bonding company brought in another contractor to finish the job, and the building was completed in April 2002. Since then, we've had several issues with the building as a result of that original contractor, and this is one of those issues that have popped up. Apparently, the causation test revealed that the water is entering the building at the windows, and we've had the architect look at. We looked at the details. We know that the window details are of good building standard. They just weren't installed properly. The mold is actually behind the brick on the exterior wall sheathing. Now that sheathing was supposed to be a water-resistant Dens glass, but what they did was the contractor put in gypsum board, which gypsum board absorbs moisture and doesn't release it. So that's where the mold is. The remediation process will be to remove the brick down to the footer. They will remove all of the gypsum sheathing, and that will eliminate the contamination of the mold. And then they will come back with new Dens glass sheathing, and then they'll have to reinstall the brick on the exterior of the building. We've looked at the window details. We looked to see if we needed to upgrade those windows, and it was determined that we can use the existing window frames, but the new building code requires upgrading energy efficiency, so we will have to install a higher energy efficiency glazing in that window. And right now we have Piper O'Brien and her that has The original architects have reissued the drawings with the changes for the energy efficiency, and we anticipate commencing work October 1st.
Does council have any questions? Yes, Councilmember Zapata.
Thank you, Mayor. So thank you so much, very clear the explanation. So the only question that I have is the new materials that they will be used will be more mold resistant moving forward?
Well, Den's glass it's sort of a fiberglass board. It doesn't retain moisture. It is not waterproof, it is water resistant. So any moisture gets on it will run down and it will hit the flashing at the bottom and come out the weep holes the way it's supposed to. Obviously, with the gypsum board, the water would entered and it didn't run down. It absorbed into gypsum, and that's where we have the mold. So with the Den's glass and the weep holes at the bottom with the proper flashing, the entire wall system is designed to breathe, and right now it can't do that because the water is retained in the gypsum board. But the new materials will be what was commonly used today in building construction.
Great, okay, so we're going to do something about it, so in the future we might avoid the same problem.
Exactly, yes.
Great, thank you.
Additional questions from council? Is there anyone in the public that would like to come forward and speak? Y'all are quiet. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Judy, second by Councilmember Zapata. All those in favor, please raise your hands, and it passes unanimously. Thank you all very much, and we are adjourned.